All right, so today we're gonna make some bread. This is a bread recipe that I found from, let's see, what's the website called? It's called thekitchen.com. It is the seeded whole wheat overnight bread recipe. And I found it and I've been sort of working with it and tweaking it and changing it as I go to try to make it how I want it. And it's been going really well. And I recorded a video of me baking it yesterday, or was it the day? It was the day before. Either way, and it turned out really well. I figured out one major problem that I was having with it. I've been making progress all this time, and doing well, but I had an enormous revolution the other day when I made it, and it was so good. I ended up sharing some with a friend, and she liked it so much, and I left it at her house because I wanted her to have it because she said she liked it. We had a little outside stand on the porch social distance hour-long hang sesh the other day, so that was pretty fun. I have never seen anybody, and she's one of my oldest friends, and so that was really good. And I feel good knowing that I have people in my life who respect social distancing and are also respecting mask mandates and things like that. So when the very rare occasion we do see each other, we can do it safely and I don't have to feel paranoid about it. Anyway, I have been changing the recipe little by little because it has roughly like a 2-to-1 ratio of all-purpose flour to whole wheat flour, and I want more whole wheat than all-purpose, and kind of ideally all whole wheat, but I'm a little bit of a white bread kind of gal, so I've been slowly shifting the ratio. So you can see can you see it? I've written on here the different amounts of whole wheat, and then I've subtracted from the total to add the amount of AP flour, and this time I'm at 3 cups of so now I'm at 3 cups of whole wheat flour and only 3/4 cup of AP flour. So that's really exciting. I feel like I'm getting there, and that's really fun. And the texture has been great still, and it's going so well. So this is so great. And now that I figured out kind of what was wrong all these times, I can't wait to make another loaf because I think it's going to turn out well. Okay, so let's get going. I have a little bit under 2 cups of water. So I have about 1 3/4 cup of water, and about maybe a little less than 1/4 cup of honey in here with a packet of yeast, and it's sort of blooming. Is that how you call it when yeast is in the warm water and sugar blooming? It's turning on. It's waking up. I can't tell you how happy I am that I figured out what was wrong. The dough was too tough and it wasn't rising well enough, and I just wasn't quite sure what to do about it. 1 6. All right, that was kind of heaping, wasn't it? I might need to add more water. I think in baking, you need to be pretty precise when you're measuring, and I'm not. So what I really want to do someday is get a food scale that's high on my list of things that I want to get for myself, not only to measure for cooking itself, but also for calories. All right, so 3 cups of whole wheat flour, 3/4 cup of AP flour. And you're also probably supposed to sift and stuff, and I don't know, I don't. 1 1/2. Okie dokie. Then my absolute favorite part, and just the best part, is the seeds. I've combined 5 different seeds into this container. Open. There is pumpkin seeds, pepitas, chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and hemp seeds. And I love seeded bread. It's my absolute favorite. I don't like nuts in baked things, but I love seeds in bread. All right, how can I do this best? I don't want to make a huge mess. Scoop it out, and I put about 1/2 cup, maybe a little more than 1/2 cup. To me, that was so slick. To me, there can't be enough, so 1/2 cup it is. And that's about twice the amount of seeds that the recipe calls for. But I literally could add more. I honestly just can't get enough of the seeds in here. In fact, I will add a little bit more. Why not? Because I like it. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna sift that together a little bit. Sift, whisk it to just to kind of blend everything together. Then, oh God, what I can't forget. Oh, I would just die if I forgot again. I made this bread a week ago now or so. And it was rising so well. It was like another kind of breakthrough that I had. And I was so excited. It baked well, it looked so good. I put all the seeds on top. I think I even put extra seeds inside. And it's such a bummer because the seeds are kind of expensive. And I didn't put any salt in. Oh, I didn't put any salt in. It tasted so bizarre. Like, it just didn't taste good. It did not taste good. So I am not forgetting salt ever again. Actually, I probably will. Who am I kidding? So it calls for 2.5 teaspoons. This is a tablespoon. And I think if my memory serves me right, a tablespoon is about 3 teaspoons. 3 or 4. So I'm going to put almost a tablespoon in. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, look at the yeast go. It's going crazy. It's really doing it. It's really doing it. You can't really tell from this angle. I'll show you in a second when I move. I'll move the camera and show you. But let me just mix this first. Okay, look at this yeast. Look at it go. Wow, cool. Alrighty. So that's doing its thing. So this is all mixed up. That's great. Now, okay, so this is a new change that I'm making. I'm always sort of changing it and tweaking as I go just to see what happens. The recipe calls to like hydrate the flour and seeds, put the water in here, and then you're actually supposed to take instant yeast, according to the recipe, instant yeast, and sprinkle it on top and sort of like pinch it and fold it and whatever. So you're supposed to add the flour first, or add the water first, and let it sit for half an hour. You sort of incorporate it till it's sort of just combined, and then after that you add the yeast. But I don't think I like, I've been using regular yeast, long-acting regular yeast, I don't know, not instant yeast. And when I do that, I have to let it do its thing in the water first. So I've been splitting the water a little bit, and then I put the water in here, but then this dough gets like tough. It's weird. And so I think what I'm going to do is just keep the yeast in all of the water and then pour that all in. And because I just don't know how that would make such a difference with the yeast or without the yeast. I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. And man, this yeast is really going for it. That is so crazy. I don't think I've ever had such successful yeast. Let me just sort of get this, make sure everything's off the bottom. And in we go. Yeah, I'm so excited. So this is about 3/4 cup of liquid. A little bit over 3/4. A little bit, is it under? It is under. Okay, so that's, I'll just see what happens. Because the big breakthrough I had the other day, and maybe it's such a no-doy type thing for other people, but I'm not a baker or a bread baker. This is just something I've been trying. I didn't add enough liquid into the dough, so the dough was too dry, and it was like tough. All right, so just wash my hands. I'm just gonna incorporate this and see how much water, see how wet the dough is, because that's what I did. I added extra water, and I made the dough really, really wet, and it was almost too wet. So I actually ended up adding just a little bit more flour, but it rose so well. This is already too dry. I already know it. This definitely needs more water. So let me get some more. Okay, so. And that's why it's important to measure. This is gonna need a lot more. You know, this is kind of what it was looking like before, just really, really dry and really tough. I added the salt, right? Yes, I'm very worried about forgetting it. So I just mix it with my hands. Obviously, maybe that's what bread people do. I don't know. All right, this feels pretty good. This is actually drier than yesterday or the other day, but I think that's okay. I think this is maybe a little bit more. No, I'm gonna leave it at this. I think this is pretty good. God, I just don't want it to be too, because I think it was almost a hair too wet. Okay, it's a little bit more. Okay, that feels pretty good. Look at it, it's actually coming together in a dough too, kind of. All right, great. So I'm gonna let this go. The recipe, you don't really need it, so I don't want to mix it too much, but I do want to, you know, get some gluten going. I don't know. I know there's less gluten in whole wheat, and with the seeds, the gluten can kind of get disrupted. So that is what it looks like. It's a little bit sticky, kind of wet, but the wetness, the wet dough, is what helped it so much last time. And yeah, maybe that's so obvious, but whatever, for me it wasn't. So then I'm just going to get a little kitchen rag and cover it up. Okay, it has stains on it, but it's clean. Okay, don't judge. Yuck. And that's gonna sit for 2 hours for it to rise.
You can see exactly now.
So then you pull and you fold.
Better and much easier.
You stretch and you fold.
You need to go first. You take the batter.
First you take the batter.
And then you stretch it.
You stretch it.
And you stretch it.
And you fold it. There.
And you fold it.
There, that feels better and better. Doesn't that look good? Oh, see, but it's starting to feel a little bit too dry now too, though. But it's too late to add any more water.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Hopefully it'll keep rising, right?
I think that would be better to add water, because I can tell what you mean, like how it's more.
It was too tough, so it couldn't rise. But now that it's wetter, it seems to rise better. But this even feels kind of.
It looks better, like it will rise.
Yeah.
But the other ones were good. But that, like you said, that wasn't.
Doesn't that look great? All right, moment of truth. Let's see if it's still rising. Yes, big time rising. Okay.
You guys smell like that.
All right, I'm gonna put Crisco on this pan. This is the baking pan that I'm gonna use to put the bread in. I'm filming.
You do a good job. I love it.
Thanks.
I'm really happy.
You're giving me a lot of confidence, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do. All right, come narrate what I'm doing
I
then.
make the block go faster.
Here, look, come narrate my I'm greasing the pan. Come narrate it.
Okay, who am I voice
Miss
today?
Julia Child.
I know, huh? Cooking in the kitchen. That's what she used to talk. Oh, she used to annoy me. Or either Martha Stewart. She was another one.
I never really watched Martha Stewart. I did watch Julia Child.
She used to make me so sick. But I would watch her and fall asleep on her. But I liked how she would, you know how Martha is, like everything had to be so.
Exactly, and that's what I don't like. I'm not a just so kind of person.
All
Alright, so this is nice and greasy with the Crisco. And then I'm going to knead this one more time, or not knead it, but stretch it and pull it and fold it, and then I'm going to put it right into the pan so it rises in the pan.
Yeah, okay, you have to cut. And I'm going to stretch it.
Don't tease me, because I'm trying to look to make sure I'm in the thing, because I had the bowl way over here. Oh my gosh, yes, I do ballet while I film, okay?
Yeah, you should put that in there, like, and I'm doing ballet,
Oh my gosh. Why don't you make a YouTube channel just goofing on me? Alright, so, ooh, yeah, this feels really good. Like, you stretch and fold. I don't know if I do this technique right, but I'm trying. You stretch and fold. It looks right. It feels right.
Good job.
And then you stretch. Oh, it's a little bit tough, though. I don't know. But that's what happens when you knead it. The bread gets firmer. That's just what happens. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of roll it on itself a little bit. Right. Alright, I'm going to push this all into the corners because it always rises in the middle but doesn't go to the edges. So I don't know how much I'm able to manipulate the dough, but I'm going to try it. This is really moving around.
Okay.
Alright, there. And now I'm going to let it rise for another 2 hours.
See?
or until it's ready. Ta-da! All right, let's take a look. It's been a little over 2 hours because Harriet and I went for a walk. Ta-da! Oh my God, it's enormous! Look at it! Wow! Oopsie, I smushed it. This is the best rising bread I've had yet. I'm gonna see. I mean, should I push it over a little bit? I don't know. I don't want to mess with it too much. Look at these beautiful seeds. I love this bread. All right, the bottom element of our oven doesn't work. So I've been baking my bread in this like turkey roaster. And it's been going really well. It was a good improvisation. And so it goes in there at about 350, 375-ish. Yeah, right about there. I don't know, it always seems to be a lot longer than I think. But, you know, whatever. Usually I put seeds on the top, but they always end up falling off anyway. So I'm just going to leave it this time, just to see what happens. Just see if I like it that way. All right, cool. Now it's got to bake for 40-ish, 45 minutes. And we'll be back. Da, 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 da. I usually see how it gets nice and crusty? I usually put an egg wash on it to make it really get dark golden brown. But it's kind of starting to get brown around the edges. And I don't want it to burn. So I think, and when they say when it sounds hollow, that it's done. So it sounds hollow. It's been in for a long time. So I think it's done. Let's take it out, see what it looks like. Oh, she's a beaut. Look how tall it is. That's the tallest bread so far. Unbelievable. So excited. Now the best tool that I found to take it out is this little metal spatula. When I first made these loaves, they didn't stick at all. But now, they do. And this one looks like it's stuck really bad. Why? How am I supposed to get it out? All right, there. If anybody's a bread baker, any tips on how to get bread out? I kind of literally have to pry it, but I don't want to. It's kind of really frustrating me. Oh no. Oh, it's just cemented in there. That's crazy. And I put Crisco all over it, and the Crisco worked before. It worked before. Oh, I just smashed into it. Freaking A. Alright, so I gotta cut this crusty part off. This is not good. I don't like this. Okay. Let's see. Well, how's it taste? Let's try it before we get too angry. Okay. Well, it's good. I can use the egg wash on top. So now I have the edges sort of unstuck, but the bottom is so stuck. Maybe I need parchment paper. That's my next conundrum. How do I get it out without completely destroying it? Why doesn't it just come out? It's crazy. It's like cemented in. That's absolutely nuts. It's completely ruining my experience. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so irritating. I mean, I'm so mad. Frickin' A, finally. I mean, look how bad it sticks. That's nuts. Why is it doing that? Literally, the first time I made this, it just popped right out. The first few times I made it, it popped right out. And now, it's just completely, like, shredded. It looks great, though. I'm not that mad. I get kind of pissy, but, yeah. It's just something to work on. Okay. And that's part of why I didn't put any seeds on top, because wrestling around with it makes all the seeds fall off. All right, cool. Sounds hollow to me. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right, I'm gonna let it cool for a minute. These kind of crusty parts taste pretty good. All right, I'll slice it up in a few minutes and I'll give her a little taste. All right, I can't wait. I can't wait to crack into it. It's a little bit warm still, but I can't wait. And I already shredded this side of it anyway, trying to get it out of the thing. So whatever, if it rips some more, fine. This is not a good bread knife, but it's our sharpest, best serrated knife. Oh, it looks awesome. Cool. Really good. Nice. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Looks great. All right, I know I was annoyed getting it out, but holy smokes, that looks cool. Oops, not even on the thing. That looks great. Awesome. This did get ripped off, but it's, I mean, looks good. Looks really good, I think. See how the texture is. Tiny plate. I'm just gonna bust this off. It's pretty thick. These end pieces are angled out. The pan kind of angles out this way, so the end pieces are always kind of a wedge. Oh, it crusts. Breaks like a proper crust. You know we gotta be globbing a bunch of butter on. No other way. Look at that. Big glob of butter. Holy smokes. Okay. Should I say like Amberlynn and Foodie Booty? I haven't eaten all day today. Which is mostly true. I don't even know what I've eaten today. What have I eaten today? Not much. Alright, butter and honey. The best way to have fresh bread is with butter and honey. Oh, I'm so excited. Now I really sound like Amberlynn. I'm so excited. But I am. Look at this. Delicious homemade bread. Butter and honey. So yummy. Yeah, dude, that's super good. Oops. Stay in frame. I think it definitely needs the egg wash on top at least. The seeds on top are nice. I need to figure out how to make them actually stick though. Because I put the egg wash, I, kind of brush it on. And then the seeds go on and they stick on because it's wet. But then when I flip it out to try to flip the bread out, even if I'm not jerking it around and trying to yank it out, the seeds always come off. Most of them do anyway. So it's like, do you put the egg wash on, then put seeds on, then put more egg wash? I don't know. I gotta figure that out. It's my first mukbang. I'm gonna put that in the tags. All right, I had some of that top crust part. Let me have some of this side crust. The side crust. It is thick just because it's that end piece, like I said, and it's hard to cut because I shredded it. Look like this. I skewered it with this little spatula. Man. I'm really getting somewhere. I'm really doing it. Oh my god. It's so good. Alright, I'm gonna eat this up. And then I'm gonna slice this bread up now, once it's cool, once it's like all the way cooled. And then I'll put it in the freezer. So that way it stays super fresh. And then I toast the slices when when it comes time to eating them. So yeah. All right. Let me know if you guys have any bread recipes. Are there any bread enthusiasts in the house? Yeah. All right. See you later. Thanks for I don't know, how do you wrap up a thing? I don't know. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.